Our front of house speakers we are using is the RCF NXL-23As. We're using 3 per side, which seems to do actually exceptionally well for coverage and for distance and for power. Each speaker, or RCF calls as a speaker module, each speaker is 750 watts. It's 500 watts on the low and 250 watts on the horns. There's a 12-inch driver plus three horns in it. And the configuration that we use them in most of the time is a ground stack. Now on the caster plates, you can see the ground stacking bar, and this is what allows us to place the array speakers instead of hanging. We're allowed to place them on these frames that allows us to ground stack. And some of the event videos you may have seen, these are the exact same speakers that are in it, sitting on these ground stack bars. Stack of speakers weighs, including the ground stacking bar at the bottom there, each of these weighs a little over 200 pounds, which is really more than enough weight here for hauling these things around. So anyway, but with the caster plates on them, it does make them really easy to move in and out of the trailer. Okay, here's a side view. You can see the frame that's around the speakers, and the frame controls, or allows us to control, the angle that we want on the cabinets. So all we need to do, for example, in a ground stack configuration, all we need to do is determine how many degrees that we want the speakers to display, and we pull this pin on it here, and there's one on the opposite side as well, exactly the same. We just pop the pins out, we lower it down, let's say 7 degrees, we down, stick the pins back in, and we have the cabinets are then arrayed to cover a area. And when speakers are flown, it does the exact same thing. Okay, here's the back of the cabinets. These are all Class D amplifiers. They're fairly lightweight, and each of these can be easily daisy chained together. And if we look at the left here, you've got the power con connections here, and over on the right we've got the input and output, the signal input and output, that allows us to daisy chain all the cabinets together. And above that, above the connections there, you see some buttons. The buttons are part of the DSP of the amplifier. Okay, then the buttons sitting above the connections there allows us to configure the cabinets. If we have a certain amount of cabinets in the array, if we're using 2, 4, or all 6 in one array, it allows us to configure it. And the knob there is just your typical volume. We just set it midway. There's a detent midway, and we just leave it at that, which is actually more than enough. So, what we can do is we can daisy chain with power and with a signal level to have all the cabinets running together. So let's just take a quick look. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the power connectors. And let me see if I can get a little bit better shot on that. See, maybe you can see some of the slight differences here. There we go. Now you can tell in the power, the solid blue one, that's the power coming in from the source. So we've got that connected to a just electrical outlet, and then the blue-white connector, the white is an output, and that is sending power directly up to the blue connection there. It's on top. and then right below that is the Y one. That's sending power right up to the other one. Pretty simple. Actually, it's very basic. And what's pretty good about these is that we can run both sides. Sorry about that. We can run both cabinets, both stacks off of one circuit, which is pretty nice. And then on the signal level here, to get that set up, that's a signal, say, coming in from the board or from your processor. And all we're going to do is daisy chain those signals all the way up to the top cabinet. Alright, really basic. It's great to have the ability to do this. So here we just daisy chain the signal all the way up to the other cabinet. So this is how we've got one side wired, and then wiring the other side is pretty much just the same thing. But what we're going to do is, and this is what we do for our shows, is we're going to take the output up here. Oh, there we go. We're going to take that output on the left hand side, and we're just going to connect it over into this stack there on the right hand side. Okay, so we've got here is on the left hand side there the cable with the white tape on it. That is going out of this side of the stack, and it is going over and will be connecting into this side of the stack over here. Now here you can tell we've already got it powered up. It's the same with the other side, the power con connectors. So we've daisy chained all the power. So now all we're going to do is just finish cabling it up with the signal. Alright, that's all there is to it. So we run the cable all the way up, and if we had more cabinets, which hopefully at some time we will, we would just come out of there and daisy chain others. So, and the great thing about this is that we can, it really doesn't matter the size of the stage. We don't have to run speaker cables any kind of a distance. We could just use our regular XLR cables that we use for our mics, and then we can connect them. This one here, I'm just using a what's coiled up on here, but I think that's about a 30-foot cable that's connecting it. And then down here, which I didn't point out over here, but on the right hand side there, the one with the tape on it there, the white tape, that would be a cable coming in from the board, or DSP unit, whatever we want to call it. But that's how it is. It daisy chains up there, it comes out of the top cabinet, and we connect it into the bottom cabinet and daisy chain it up here. Anyway, this is just a brief overview of the RCF cabinets that we use in our rig. Thanks for watching.